All right, children, the time is here. All right, so the time now is 7:30. Let's begin our lesson, all right? All right, so according to my attendance list, there are supposed to be a little bit more students. All right, so I hope that they will come in a little while's time, all right? So since we are here, let's begin our lesson, all right? So yes, Itong, smart girl, as you can see the rest of them, right? They like to off their camera. So you also off your camera. That's okay. All right, that's okay for me. I have to adapt to it lah. Right, because since last year, this group of students, right, they don't like to show face really. Right, so no point in me implementing the rule so harshly on them. Right. So if you want to turn on your video, you can. If not, then I trust you. I trust you. You'll be behind the camera. All right, listening to what I got to say. Is that okay? Okay, and sometimes I will just ask you to give me a thumbs up and all this. All right, so please give me a thumbs up whenever I ask for it. All right, to ensure that you are behind the camera lah. Can? All right. Hey, Jocelyn, give me a thumbs up. Vera. Hello, Vera. Yeah, hello, Jovan. All right, hello, Chloe. Welcome back. All right, so nice to see you all again. Very good. Okay, I want to sing a Happy New Year song to you. Okay, now. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to you all. We are singing, we are dancing. Happy New Year to us all. All right, so this year, right? Hey, this year is your Sec 4 O levels. Don't play already, children. All right, this year is your Sec 4 O levels, right? It's a very important year. It's like the PSLE a few years back, right? Yeah. So in Sec 4, right, just to give you an idea, you only got 6 topics to do it. Right? In Sec 4 math, first topic is set notation, followed by something called statistics, followed by something called probability, followed by something called matrices, followed by something called vectors, and followed by something called kinematics. All right, so there are actually 6 topics in your textbooks only. All right, so these 6 topics we will try to finish. We will try our best to finish before March. Sure. Why? All right, you must remember that your O levels is in October. All right, I think paper 1 is around October 23rd, 24th, like that. All right, so that is the normal day for your paper 1 for your E-math. All right, so your O level starting probably is in beginning of October. All right, so that doesn't give us a lot of time already. All right, so by March we try to finish all the Sec 4 syllabus. All right, then we will go into revision full force. Revision means what? We have to do Sec 1, Sec 2, Sec 3 stuff. What? Yes, O level, everything is tested one. Sec 1, things like prime factorization, HCF, LCM, polygons, graph, all right, how to find area, how to find volume. All these are Sec 1 work. Sec 2 work, things like what? Direct inverse proportion, simultaneous equation, Pythagoras theorem, trigonometry, Tuakaso, all this. All right, how to find the volume of sphere, hemisphere, how to find the pyramid. All these are tested in Sec 2. All right, and Sec 3? Wow, Sec 3 is huge, man. Sec 3 last year, right, is so many topics, you know. Things like what? Angle property of circle, things like trigo, sine rule, cosine rule, things like, still got what? Sec 3. Last year only. Things like quadratic equation, graph work, how the graph, cubic graph is drawn, all right, completing the square method and all this. Children, a lot or not? Of course, a lot lah. All right. So must do revision or? Of course, must do revision. All right. So for your Sec 4 O levels, right, I can do a little percentage, right? All the Sec 4 topics, right, for the Sec 4 O levels, right, is about 35% only. All right. So 35% of the paper will have Sec 4 topics, which is these 6 topics lah. The rest of the 65% is from your Sec 1, Sec 2, Sec 3 work. Yes. All right. So it's important for us to do the revision. Very important. So we try to finish, right? We try our best to finish our Sec 4 work, all right, by March. Then after that is about 7 months of what? 7 months of revision. All right. Then it's all about exam paper, exam paper, exam paper. Try to make you do faster, think faster, do faster, think faster. All right. So eventually, right, for the paper 1 and paper 2, right, at least you are better prepared and you have more time, I hope. to do some checking during your O levels. All right. So actually, right, my personal opinion is that O levels is not tough if there's no time limit. So it means that they give you all the time to do. It's actually not difficult. But it's because of the timing, right? They say that paper 1 is about 2 hours. Paper 2 is about 2.5 hours. Wow! Everything becomes very tight. And these 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, very long, you know. No, not true. Right? When you're in the exam mode, right? These 2.5 hours is not enough one. It's not enough. I can guarantee you. Especially paper 2. All right, paper 2, there's about 10 to 11 questions. 2.5 hours is actually not enough one. All right, then you will say, oh yeah, sure, the paper very difficult. It's actually not difficult. Right, it's actually because of the timing. You do not have enough time to finish. Right, you need to finish as many questions as possible, as many correct answers, right, in order to score well. All right, so please always have this thinking that what your O levels is not only about your Set 4 topics, it's about Set 1 to Set 3 things also. And you must understand that timing is important. Must try to chop already, right? Learn the faster way of doing things. All right, so these are the 2 things I want to say to you. Okay. And also we have one new student here, Itong. She joining us for this lesson. All right, so just want to highlight again, this is the math hotline. All right, so if you are a student, all right, for this tutorial class, you can actually drop me a message. All right, if you have any schoolwork you don't know, at least there is a math teacher here that can assist you. All right, so please keep this number somewhere. All right, if you encounter any question in school, your schoolwork, right, I can help you one. I am willing to help you. Right, but please don't abuse me. Don't give me your entire exam paper and ask me to do lah. All right, you must have tried. There are some questions that you don't know. I'm here to assist you. All right, so it's 8933-0213. The number never changed. Okay, so that's it. Let's go into today's work. All right, let's go into today's work. Let's go. Hey, hello, Noah. Welcome to lesson. All right, so today, right, we'll be doing something called set notation. Honestly, this topic is very dry. All right, this topic is very boring one. I don't like to teach this topic, right? But no choice now. It's in your Set 4 first chapter, right? All right, and your school teacher may have started the lesson already, the math lesson. All right, so last week is like the new year, right? Probably they do some orientation, but this week should have started a little bit if you have your math lesson. So this topic is called a set language and notation. Alamak, spelling wrong. All right, set language and notation. All right, so it's like a language, and it's like a math language. All right, it's all about a math language. So down here, I'll have something called a quick notes for you. All right, so these quick notes, right, I think it's important. So usually for me, right, for those of you who attended my lesson a lot of times already, usually I have something called a notes for you all. Right, so if you can, always have an exercise book with you. Right, a single line exercise book will be good. And anytime we have notes, right, you can actually write it inside. And whatever questions or whatever example I have, right, you can actually put it inside, you know. All right. Then at least you have this one booklet of what? Of your math formula. You can do a quick revision now and then. All right. This is counted as your notes. Is that okay? Okay, come. So this topic is something called set language and notation. All right. Honestly, I don't really like it, but let's go through it. Set language and notation. Right. Some of your school, maybe even Kiasu, last year, right, already touches on this already. Right. That's good. That's good. All right. So you just take it as a revision. We will have 2 lessons for set language and notation. After that, we go into statistics. All right. Statistics, we'll be talking about things like standard deviation, mean, cumulative frequency, and all this. All right. Yeah, I know it's a lot of big words lah. All right, but it's okay. All right, just hang on with me. All right, we are going through this together. Okay. All right, so children, if you have anything to say, right, you can unmute yourself and just on your mic, we can hear your beautiful voice. All right, or you can go to the chat and you can type. All right, type whatever message you want. All right, or you can just drop me a WhatsApp lah. No problem. All right, I'm very flexible one. Okay. Okay, so here we talk about something called a set language and notation. It's like a language lah. You must be able to see it as like a math language. It's like a math poet. Oh my goodness. All right. So here I'm going to introduce you some of the symbols. all right, which I think is important. All right. So down here, all right, the first symbol, all right, or actually to say something first, all right, we talk about something called a set first. What does a set means? This set, right, is actually a collection of what? Objects. All right. So you can just write set is actually the meaning is a collection. A collection of objects. All right. So they are being grouped together in one set. It's like one group lah. So they call it one set. All right. And this word object, right? This word object, sometimes, right, they use a much more better math word. All right. They use like a word called elements. Elements, or they use the word like members lah. Members of the collection. All right. But the proper term is actually called elements. All right. So understand that a set is like a group. It's a collection of objects or members or elements. Okay. So that is considered a set. Okay. And slowly, right, they will introduce you some of the what is it called? Some of the symbols. Right. So something like that will come out later. Right. Something like this will come out later. All right. So in primary school, right, or maybe in Sec 1, right, we call this like big bracket, or the curvy bracket. All right, this is not a curvy bracket. This one is actually called a braces. Okay, and these braces, right, actually, right, can be used to list the members of a set. All right, these braces actually allows us to list the members or the elements. Right, these braces allow us to list the members of a set. Okay, so don't worry, it's all these are some of the term that we are using. Okay, and right, and sometimes, right, you will see in a few ways of them presenting this information to you. What do I mean? So for example, right, okay, they can present it in different format. Okay, so the first format, right, for example, okay, they use something called listing. Right, you have heard of this listing method, probably in primary school, listing. Okay, so listing means what? For example, they say A is actually a set. And this set consists of members or elements like what? 2, 3, 5, 7. So they list out all the members of set A. All right, and can you see now the members are put inside the braces? Yeah. So A represents a set. All right, and they are who is involved in this set? Who are the members? Who are the elements inside? It's actually 2, 3, 5, 7, and they are put inside the braces. So this is all listing out the numbers, right? For example, okay, so this is like listing. Okay, beside listing, right? Beside listing, we can also have something called the English description. All right, English description. Right, English description. Okay, like what? Like what? Okay, so as you can see, 2, 3, 5, 7, very familiar. Huh? So 2, 3, 5, 7 is like prime numbers. Yes. All right. So to be much more detailed, you can say that A is a set. Right? Is the set of what? Prime numbers. So English, right? The keywords are prime numbers must be out. But you need to be a little bit more detailed lah. Prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7 only, man. How about 11, 13? Not inside, right? So you must say prime numbers that are smaller than what? 10. Right, so you give it like a limit. You give it like a range. All right, so this is an English description. A is a set of prime numbers smaller than 10. But sure. All right, what is the meaning of set notation? Here, set notation. So this set notation, right, is like a presentation, all right, of the English description. So you describe as A is equal to, all right, you can open a braces.